We are live.
We're live, and it's
Alive and on
Monday
fire.
night. Live and on fire, Monday night, and it is what is it? Technically the is this technically the first Monday? Yes,
Yes.
technically the first Monday of January, which means we are in Elderwynn.
First Monday of the year, even.
First Monday of the year. Happy New Year's,
God,
everybody!
Haven't
If you
played Elderwynn in a year.
that explains
haven't
so
played
much.
Elderwynn in a year, and I mean, hey, what a year last year was! I mean, we ended last session with the aftermath of a death. Desmond, after just brilliantly handling a troll by turning him into a doll and just yeeting him into the fire that he caused by burning down a witch's hut, uh, succumbed to a watery grave as a water weird held him underwater and squeezed the life out of him. You guys were able to retrieve him from that water and the water weird, and through some, we'll call it bargaining, or at least some reaching out to different patrons and, well, just Fae that have guided you all throughout your life here up until this point. You were able to bring this man back with a flip of a coin, so to say. A coin that was not weighed in your favor, but Desmond, being a child of luck, pulled it out of his hat and was able to come back to life. But when we last ended, I'd said that you, Desmond, Penance, and Shauna could all tell that a door had been opened, and Desmond himself could tell that he had become the focus of something foul. A piece of luck, a trinket that he had won in our earlier sessions, crumbled into ash before turning into a Joker card with the initials PM at the bottom of this card. You guys spent the rest of the day figuring out that you had been in the Feywild for 2 actual real-life days. Sparky's parents were furious and worried about her when you guys didn't show up. You dealt with the parental quarrels and calmed them down, and eventually you guys were able to discuss things amongst yourself. Shauna offered up an offering to the ocean, to the Fey Undine, who she had called upon to help assist in bringing Desmond back to life. This offering was met with a simple discarded fish head that crumbled into dust, a symptom of the corruption that Shauna has firsthand experience with, and that the rest of you have been brought into via the shark attack when you first met Shauna, where you watched as the bite that it took out of the hull of the ship of Sparky's father's began to deteriorate rapidly in this weird type of barnacle type fungus. This message seemed to be delivered to Shauna maybe as a reminder that there's work left undone back in her home. But that remains to be seen. We ended the last session with you guys taking, going to bed. You were spent, exhausted. The events of the day or the past couple days as you spent time in the Feywild wear it on you enough, and you finally were able to relax and lay your heads down. We're going to begin tonight's session as the night creeps on. Still outside, you could hear the distant waves breaking against the shore. You hear the trilling of nocturnal insects around this cozy little home that Sparky grew up in. And we move past the closed door into the dark interior of the room, where in the like the living room den type area. We could see Desmond and Penance both asleep. I can't remember if Shauna got her own room or was bunking up with Sparky,
I think
but
She's
Shadow
sleeping
was-
out in the bath.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're out in the spring. So then let me retract, and we won't go inside yet, but we'll actually begin with Shauna. Shauna, you float there, just suspended weightlessly in this water. You can feel just the cool embrace of this liquid wrapped around you as you sleep. But you cause ripples in this rather still pool as you stir and sleep fitfully. And we zoom in on your face, into your closed eyes, and into your subconscious, where within you awake in a different yet familiar looking area. All around you floats bioluminate algae and other deep dwelling creatures that float around. You stand in this room surveying, and you see a hand move in front of you, your hand, but not your hand. The skin does not look the same as yours. In fact, the skin is in places smooth and glowing with this bioluminescence, same as yours does, but in splotches there are these rough patches that seem to be spreading. And you watch as this hand pulls aside a curtain of living seaweed that acquiesces to your touch, almost moving out of the way with barely any motion of your hand. And as this curtain slides aside, it reveals an expansive city in the distance, glowing vibrantly with this bioluminescence. Suddenly, that city goes dark. All the glowing just ceases. And the water begins to bubble red with blood as it begins to rise up from the entire city. There's a pulse in the water, and it impacts you and sends you flying back. You smash into the wall, smashing into a mirror that shatters around you, leaving shards of glass all around. And as you go to right yourself up, you catch a glimpse in a piece of that mirror, and you see a face that is familiar yet deformed. The face staring back at you is marred with corruption, these decaying scales that create a fractured visage against the contrasting, still existent, beautiful skin. The eye on the left side of this face is milky white and it's pale. There's another pulse, and the room around you begins to crumble around you, and all the walls begin to fall down, and you watch as that as the walls collapse around you. Your vision is pulled out all the way to the surface as a gigantic tidal wave rushes towards an island. We travel inside. We see Penance tossing and turning, doing what he can to carefully keep his still tender arm that now supports a length of chain wrapped around it like a bracer. Penance, in your dreams, you can hear the dripping of water echoing all around you. You look around and you see the interior of a foliage-covered ruin. Blocks of stone all around you have been lifted and disheveled as thick vines creep throughout the area around you. And before you, you see a sealed doorway. As you step towards this doorway, the door begins to open. And behind this door, you see nothing but water. Deep and blue and expansive, stretching before you, framed only by the door. Suddenly, the room engulfs in flame, and all the foliage begins to wither as the flames creep towards you. You try to make for the exit, but the flames bar your path. They surround you now, and your only respite is the framed watery expanse standing resolute against the inferno. From within that expanse, a glint can be seen, and you can see the floating body of Desmond as he sinks to the depths, the metal card in his hat catching the light of the fire. You steel yourself and dive through the watery door, frantically trying to reach Desmond. Your hand stretches out towards him, but he drifts further away. You struggle, kicking your feet, moving your arms, trying to swim towards him, trying to close that distance. And as your fingertips falter to touch Desmond's, a molten hot chain erupts from your forearm and wraps around the arm of Desmond, and his eyes shoot open and bubbles erupt from his mouth as he tries to scream. You use the chain to pull Desmond towards you, and to your surprise, he's getting closer. In the flames then you see something floating behind Desmond. A white jester's mask floats there in the black depths. The mouth of the mask opens, and two pale, gnarled hands shoot out and snatch Desmond and pull him into the mouth before it shuts deep, and you're left in the depths. As you stir in your sleep, you accidentally kick Desmond, who rolls over. Desmond, darkness surrounds you. Yet in this darkness, you can see the skeletons of a carnival. The image before you takes on a maroon overtone as you move about the moth-eaten canvas tents and the decrepit wooden booths, all grimy and torn with just aged stuffed animals swiveling on hooks as you walk amidst this abandoned causeway. As they spin and you walk, they seem to almost follow you. From down the path, you hear a strange, distorted music coming from within the big top tent that towers above you. From the entrance, you can hear this music, now accompanied with the sound of metal grinding against metal and the squeak of a crank. As you enter into this big top and you approach, you hear the crank continuing to spin. An eerie melody screeches out of this small box, laying on the floor, shining under the light of a singular spotlight. As the melody reaches its metallic crescendo, the box suddenly grinds to a halt, sending piercing tangs of shrilled sound echoing off into the abandoned carnival around you. There's a moment of stillness, a pause in which you stare at the box, subconsciously holding your breath in anticipation. The walls of the box groan as the lid suddenly blows off into the air with the release of steam and the sound of a steam engine. The walls to the box fall away one by one, and with them, any other sound. Lying before you now is a painted theater mask, its hollow eye sockets staring into you. You pick up the mask, and underneath it you find a coin. Then you hear the metallic ting of a coin being flipped in the distance around you. Almost instinctually, you pick up this coin and you flip it. Make the call, Desmond. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, we'll do evens is heads, odds is tails. Roll me a d4, please. The mask sprouts ribbon-like tendrils that attempt to wrap around your face. You struggle and fight as this mask is inching closer and closer, almost trying to fuse itself to your actual skin, but you're able to pull it away from you. Sparky. With all this happening, I think you sleep fitfully, the most fitfully out of everybody. The events of the day keep repeating over and over in your unconsciousness. You leap in your dreams, you leap into that fey pool and attempt to revive Desmond and realize that he's already gone. And each time this realization hits you, it repeats. and repeats and repeats until you dive in, and this time there is no Desmond floating there. You look around and see nothing but ocean. You make an attempt to swim towards the surface, but as you ascend, you find you do not reach the surface. Your lungs begin to quiver, and you can feel your whole body seizing as your muscles and your entire lungs begin to scream for air. And then suddenly, you see a dark shadow looming in the water around you. It moves quickly towards you, and before you can react, you are struck by a giant shark, and your vision blurs to nothing. A blue glow begins to faintly come into view, pulsing, resonating, and as its illumination grows clearer, it gradually shows with each pulse multiple Sahuagin cultists, donned in flowing robes of kelp and seaweed, with their hands outstretched towards this glowing blue orb that floats above this golden obelisk-like mechanism.
Man down, man down.
Man down.
I'm back.
The orb pulses and swirls with immense energy beneath the apparatus. A vaulted door begins to slowly open. And from this door, a two-headed megalodon swims from this vault and circles the chanting Sahuagin. It eyes you hungrily with cold, lifeless eyes. There is a flash from the orb, and the Leviathan lurches at you. It gets inches from your face. It's just moments from snapping down upon you and rending you in half. But at the last moment, a figure intervenes. Dressed in armor that you recognize but have not seen for some time, you see your uncle as he interposes himself between you and this creature. He's holding nothing but a gnarled, twisted shaft of driftwood, like a hilt of a sword, but you see no blade. He stands ready, floating there between you and this monstrosity. And with a quick flourish, he swings this driftwood, sending a torrent of water towards you, and he launches himself towards the orb. As you rapidly ascend, feeling the force of the water pushing against you as you are thrust towards the surface, you watch as your uncle swings the watery blade at the orb as the maw of the beast closes around him. You rocket out of the water, landing on the shore, impacting hard, rolling into the sand. You stumble to stand up, instinctually running towards the water and to your uncle's aid. And as you do so, you see the water flashes bright blue, and you are flung back from this shockwave. You look up in terror as you see a gigantic tidal wave approaching Luna Village. And as you are engulfed by this wave, you all wake up the next day to the sound of thunder. Desmond, as you sit up with a start, your body is still very weak. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. $17.
Maybe it was the delicious food that was prepared for you guys when you got back. Maybe it was the fact that you've had your friend's energy poured into you. But although your body is weak and your muscles are sore, you do not take an additional level of exhaustion. However, as you sit up, maybe where your pack rests on a chair or up against an end table, you see the unmistakable sight of a theater mask leaned up against your belongings. Eyeless sockets just staring as if they're peering through you.
Oh, hell. That can't be good. Oh, God, everything still hurts. Uh, is it?
Oh.
How early is it? Is it Desmond is waking up at Desmond's time early, or Desmond waking up at the island time early?
You have woken up island time. The crash of thunder has
Oh.
awoken all of you.
No, I'm going back to bed. I still hurt. It's too early for this shit. Desmond lays back down on his pillow. I'm also in the living room, so if something's happening, it's not like he's acting.
Yeah. I mean, as you go ahead.
Add a character question. Shauna is an elf, so she doesn't dream normally, right?
Yeah.
So that would be extra freaky?
Yep.
Okay.
But we otherwise get a long rest.
Yes, you may all mark off a long rest.
That is an important question.
Yes, it is.
All right.
And I keep my exhaustion for now, right? Yeah,
Yeah, hold on to that for a little bit.
I will. It's such a nice gift to have.
Yeah. From me to you.
I appreciate it, bud. Yeah, Desmond's gonna lay back on his pillow, and I imagine he just like looks over at the mask, and it's just staring at him. And I was like, yeah. I just want to go back to bed. Do you mind just like looking the other way for a little bit? Just
I wasn't looking at you, Desmond.
oh,
Who are
no,
you
I'm sorry. Well, that freaky little mask over.
I saw that. I saw that mask eat you in my dream.
Oh, that's that's terrifying. Cause I'm pretty sure it tried to eat me in my dream too. I ain't never seen that mask before.
Well,
Wait, hold up. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta get. You were dreaming about me?
your
I'm flattered, but
drowned body, technically.
oh, yeah. Okay, that's not
And-
better. Let's go with mine. You were dreaming about me, cause that's flattering at the very least. Uh. Yeah, that was a whole thing that happened there, huh?
Yes. But you're back, and could be worse.
Well, I mean, maybe. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate being alive, and it's a treat still being on this lovely, lovely island that's surrounded by all the water and the things that want to kill us all the time. It is a treat. But, and hear me out, I could also not be here. And you could not have made a deal with somebody you don't want to make a deal with. And Shauna could not be deeper in with the Fae. And I could not have a mask staring at me out of nowhere. That doesn't make any sense. And will have been eaten or attempted to be eaten in a dream twice on the same night. That, let's be honest, we really shouldn't be dreaming about the same things. Wait, how'd I drown in a carnival?
Don't you have those little like dunk tanks where you hit the button and people fall in the water?
I mean, some do. I didn't see any in my dream though. I was in the big tent, the big top, the center. Picked up the mask. I was just lying there. I had a coin underneath it that I flipped. And then the mask tried to eat me. Or maybe somebody else flipped it. There's somebody else flipping a coin there. Was that you? Were you flipping a coin?
I can't say if I was in your dream, but I don't really flip coins too often.
Huh. No offense. I didn't see you in my dream. I don't know if you or not, but I didn't see anyone. Actually, just the mask. Huh. If Desmond casts Mage Hand to pick up the mask and turn it around, or whatever came out of the mask to try and latch onto my face there.
Nope, it's just a plain mask.
Ah. Hmm. Well, and what was it in the dream? Was it just like streamers of material, or you said there's hands and penances? Was it hands that came out to try and grab Desmond, or?
No, it just looked like carnival ribbon.
Okay. Ah. Well, I don't really want to touch this thing, but I got a feeling that if I put it down and walk away, it's just gonna show up again. Maybe. This is gonna be one of those things.
Do you want me to carry it? You don't have to worry about it.
I'm flattered, but I think you got enough going on there. Was that always chain? I thought that was beads before.
It's definitely wasn't chain, but it's new, and it hurts sometimes, but that's another story altogether.
Well, damn it. That can't be good. I take it that's from your the woman who I'm gonna say yanking your chain around. Pun not intended, even no matter how fitting it is.
It's definitely a shorter leash than I was given before. But I should be okay.
Well, hell, had I known it was going to cause you trouble, I might have made the choice myself, but I left that one up to the lady. Apologies at turning down your puppeteer there. Caused you more trouble on my part.
No worries. I think you're better off with the devil you know.
Maybe, but that's just, I don't know. This devil, and he holds up the mask, or gestures to it, because he still hasn't physically touched the damn thing yet. And I'm afraid I don't know much of yours either. I know we'd spoken briefly about it before, but if she's going to keep wrapping you up every time you try to help somebody, that's not exactly the table you want to be sitting at for very long.
Well, it's a table I set. Well, that was set for me, and I decided to sit down when I didn't know who the host was.
All right. Happens to the best of us. What if I, and I haven't tried to pry too much, but do you mind my asking what is it that she's got on you? I mean, she seems to be digging into you here more and more.
I, I did something bad when I was a kid and ran away, and she tricked me into making a deal.
Oh, hell.
That she disguised herself, or maybe it was always her, as well. I hear voices. Or I did as a kid, and she pretended to be that voice. It used to help me when I was younger. Kept me from getting into trouble and saving my life a few times, but I don't know if that was her or if she just latched onto that and tricked me.
I don't know what I was expecting, Penance, but that was you said just like 6 lines there, and there was a whole. All right, I'm gonna start at the beginning here. When you were a kid, you did something bad, felt the need to run away.
Yes.
You had voices in your head that would help save your life on occasion, you say?
Mm-hmm.
And this was before you, and he points at his hand, mimicking your chained hand.
Yes. Years before. When I was very, very young.
All right, I'm gonna start right there. What were you doing as a child that put your life in danger repeatedly?
I had to help. Well, we had to go save Taro or Daro or Jaro, whichever one it was. He was gathering herbs, and my family, that's what we did. We collected herbs, and my mother would make potions and tonics for the village, and I fell into things I wasn't supposed to, or well, almost fell into things I wasn't supposed to. Slipped on things. Trees fell. Buildings collapsed. Things like that.
All right. So, all right. The more I'm learning about outside and nature is that it's horrible no matter where you are. Why are people going outside all the time? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nature is wonderful. It's peaceful. It's calming.
There's you. Man, every time I've been outside, something tried to kill me in nature. The only nice thing I've ever seen in nature, right, is that wonderful woman who made out those very fine suits of ours. The Joragumo. Lovely woman, that one. That's the only nice thing I've ever seen beyond the city limits, I swear.
You seem rather smitten by her.
Oh, well, come on. A woman like that who can make you a nice suit, that's a catch.
Well, I guess I don't know anything about nice catches.
I'll have to work on that next time we get to any real city with that significant amount of land between us and the body of water. Because this is just wild. These little islands that people choose to live on for some reason. I'm sorry. I got distracted by nice suits and women with long legs. Where was I going with this? Oh, that's right. You had voices in your head. You tried another voice in your head. Either was the voices that was saving you originally, and is now causing you pain, shits and giggles.
Well, after I ran away, it kind of disappeared into the forest and lost the voice for a time, and then when it came back, it tried to teach me things that I don't think were good things, but and that's how I got. That's when I got this bargain.
Well, we'll have to find some way to if I can find some way to help you out, Penance, I'll do my best. But until we get to a city or a clergyman or some, I'm not even certain who. I'm good at a table, but I'm not much good at unpacking hell bonds or whatever it is you got there wrapped around your fist. Give me a deck of playing cards more than chains and heavy labor. Whatever she's got over you, hopefully we find a way out of it for you soon, because I'll be honest, that seems like a heavy burden to pay for trying to survive as a child.
Well, I don't know what else to do, but that's why I have this. And then he, from basically tucked behind his belt, he pulls out a scourge. And I atone for the things that I'm given and that I use. The only way I had when I was in the wilderness.
I'm sorry, are you telling me you beat yourself using the tools you have to survive?
It's magic given to me by a lie. So if I use it to survive, it's still using something that's evil.
Because it was given to you by I don't quite agree with the way your head is putting that together, my friend. A lie is just another tool to be used. It's not evil to survive. I don't care what tools you use to do it. That's all anyone's trying to do all day long. Tigers are born with claws. You got someone handed you magic. That's on them, not on you. You ain't got to atone for somebody else lying. That don't make no sense. It's the liar who should atone. It's not that I plan on it. I mean, I lie a lot, but and those don't matter. Nobody else. Fuck 'em.
It hurts people, and that's not right.
Oh. That is a very complicated subject. You boiled down to two words there, my friend, and uh, the way you're looking at it is not quite correct in and of itself. It does hurt people, yes, but if they were already gonna hurt you, so what?
It's it's only causes pain and death. I haven't had any magic that really. I haven't been given anything that I can use for good.
You haven't. You... Oh God, have I seen? Has Desmond seen Penance use fire? Yeah, Dennis is. I've seen you use fire, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all he has.
Perfect. What are you talking about, man? You were given fire. Fire is a good thing. It's if someone's freezing, they want fire. Stay warm. You use to cook good food. Hell, Sparky's mom just used fire last night to whip us up a delicious dinner. It was wonderful food. Don't get me wrong. Couldn't be done without fire.
But
It's just a tool, man. It depends on how you use it that matters. A carpenter's hammer can just as easily build a house as it can crack a man's skull.
that he just kind of turns inward and starts thinking that it's a tool.
It's a card you were dealt. Just got played at the right time for the right reasons. And move on with your day. Just a tool. Some tools will hurt more than others. Some tools can hurt the people wielding them, but everything's just a tool at the end of the day. And now I've been talking this long. I ain't never gonna be asleep.
Well, it's good that we're awake. I think Miss Mernig is cooking up some breakfast, and we still have to go find Sparky's uncle. She talks a lot about him, and he seems like a interesting guy.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but I'm pretty sure I heard thunder when I woke up, and being on the water without a storm is not fun. Why would we want to go out on the water during a storm? Because she said her uncle ain't on this island. Actually, you know what? There's a storm coming. Maybe we should go get Shauna out of the pool. Actually, hold up a minute. I might be able to do that from here. I'm gonna cast a message at Shauna. I don't know if you heard that big old thunder crack or not, but there's a storm coming. You might want to get out of the water.
Shauna, I imagine, has actually been up a little bit longer than all of them, because elves only sleep 4 hours, so she was probably just sitting on the front porch. How does it look outside, Vader?
There is not an inch of clear sky to be seen. It is all dark gray clouds, flashes of lightning, and bits of rain begin to come down. There's not so much of like a heavy like gale winds, like gale force winds, but they are picking up.
Shauna will, I believe she can reply to the message. She'll go, "Yeah, I'll be right in," and she'll get up and walk on in.
Oh, you meant right in.
Yeah, you just see the door open. She's like, "I was just waiting for everybody to wake up." I suppose I have to talk to y'all.
About what? It's morning for conversations, apparently. I'm sorry, Sean. I'll just hold up. Do they got coffee here?
There's coffee.
Oh, thank God. Mrs. Murdoch, you are a peach. Can I get a cup
She
of
is
coffee?
she is not down there.
Oh,
But there is coffee. Hot coffee. Doesn't seem like the Mernigs are in right now.
oh.
You have the
Okay.
house to yourself.
Oh, they are a peach. Someone remind me to get Miss Murdoch a gift of some sort. Any idea what she might like? Oh, dear sweet coffee.
Maybe at this moment, Sparky comes down from her room.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
Um,
what did your mom like for a
when
gift?
well, give me a minute. So she would have gotten up, and because she woke up scared because of the thunder, and she would have like called out to her parents. And so and you said they're not there.
Not there.
She's gonna go look into their room to see if they're there, and do I see anything? Does it look like they left for the day, or
You see blood everywhere now. There's nobody there, but by the sound of the storm brewing outside, you would know that your father would have gone down to the docks to make sure that the things on the ship were secure just in case. And your mother, who's been whipping up food like crazy since you've been here, probably went into the market to grab some more stuff.
yeah, then I'll just come down. Oh, well, it looks like a storm is brewing, or it's already here.
Yeah,
Well, it's nice.
your storms get up this damn early too.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you up, Desmond. How are you feeling?
Like nature itself hates me. I can at least walk today, so that's an improvement. But damn, does everything on this island hate so violently? Oh,
I guess it's just you.
oh, that's rude. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but as far as I'm aware, I'm a lovely person to be around. I don't know why nature would hate me.
I don't know. I mean, you can change a little bit of your attitude and look at things positively.
I look at things the way they come at me. The fact that they all come at me with violence ain't no fault of mine.
Shauna will
Or
go
maybe you go looking for violence.
on that line of thought. She's gonna walk up to Desmond and like pat him on the shoulder and cast air bubble.
I don't know what you just did, but thank you.
Well, your track record with water isn't so great, so now you can breathe underwater and speak underwater.
Oh, okay, okay. That's great. I want to tell you right now, I don't plan on going anywhere near water, for at least a day or 3.
And the
I know it's an
inside of the,
island.
I was gonna say, on the inside of the air bubble smells like stale air and dried fish.
Oh no.
Sparky will probably head towards the kitchen and put a kettle on to make some coffee or tea. Well, it looks like Mama probably went to the market and Papa probably went to the docks. I'm gonna make some coffee and head down to the docks to see if he needs any help. You guys wanna join, or you wanna stay here?
Oh, I would very much like to not go near water again. So I think I'll sit right here in the house and watch the storm roll in, and then do nothing.
Sparky's gonna take like a little cup full of water and throw it at Desmond. Like, you don't need to go looking for water, Desmond. It will come to you. Here you go.
No, Sparky, come on now. Use prestidigitation to clean himself up. It is way too early for your nonsense.
Oh, Desmond.
Nah, I do apologize. I'm glad you're down here. Shauna said she had something she wanted to talk to us about. You made it sound real serious there.
It's pretty serious. Well, I kind of had a dream last night.
A good one or bad one? Mine wasn't so great.
Well, I'm an elf, so I shouldn't dream.
Why not? Don't say that. Everyone's allowed to
We,
have dreams.
we don't sleep.
What do you mean you don't sleep? That sounds horrendous. You
We
don't sleep and you live underwater? What god did your people piss off?
Shauna will go. That's besides the point. So I kind of dreamed that a tidal wave was about to hit the island.
I'm sorry. You said you just dreamt that a giant wave's going to hit the island, make it all water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As she pats Sparky on the shoulder and casts air bubble.
For the
Shauna's a
record,
paranoid creature.
Well, Sparky's like, oh, that's weird. I think
Wha-
I had the same dream.
Oh, okay. Okay. Two of y'all had dreams about the island being under the water. Where it
Well,
cannot be.
just a dream, Desmond. Don't worry about it.
Right. One person. And I'm sorry, y'all are using that word incorrectly. Those are called nightmares. All right. A
Um,
dream is generally a good thing. A nightmare is where something terrible happens, like being forced underwater all the time.
well, now you have an air bubble. You can breathe underwater, so you won't drown or anything.
You know what's funny is that I didn't really drown in that last pool. It's more like the pool crushed me to death. Funny story. I still had air in my lungs. Uh, I would have been good for about a minute or so. I can't hold my breath real long, but a little bit of time, I'd be fine. But that water was just like, you ever been hugged by a building collapsing on you? That's kind of what it felt like.
Hmm. Well, this is
Drowning,
water.
funny enough, not drowning is not the issue I'm having here. It's the fact that water will just reach out and grab you and crush every bone in your body into a fine powder.
Oh, Desmond, I lived my life in in water,
That would
fishing and sailing.
that
It
would
has
explain why
never
you're so
crushed
short.
me.
It explains why all your people are all so little, though, right? Because the water just crushes you down.
Oh, oh,
Shauna
okay.
will
Wow.
pat Desmond on the head as she is very tall. She'll go, I lived my entire life in the water as well, sir.
That would explain why you're so tall, though, because it squashed you flat and it stretched you out like that.
Sideways?
Yeah, I mean, she spends all the time swimming, right? So it makes it sense that she'd be
She's
horizontal and get crushed
stretched.
flat like that.
So you're telling that she's stretched?
Yeah, yeah. Because everyone's supposed to be like the same size,
While this is happening, Sparky's making coffee and he's gonna find some bread and jam and then bring it to the living room and sit down. Coffee for everybody. I'm
Shauna
like,
has continued her paranoia. An air bubble for Penis, too.
So he can breathe while he sinks like a stone. Because he can't fucking swim.
It's all right.
hey,
You'll have company with Desmond screaming while he sinks, because now he can breathe, and so he can scream while he dies in the water this time.
Shauna will go. It also, in my dream, my city exploded before the tidal wave. So that was not good.
hmm,
She seems like almost like shell shocked with this. Like she's a little bit out of it.
you know, the best thing I think we should do is get out there.
No, What, have you learned nothing? What do you mean get out there? Out there is where the pain is. What do you mean out there? Sparky, last time you dragged me out of this house, I died.
Sparky's gonna come behind Desmond and like put him in a chokehold and say, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep."
No.
Okay, Desmond.
Get off. No. I'm sorry. Going out that door means terrible things are going to happen to us.
Desmond.
Desmond, then you will never leave.
Shauna, Desmond, you're drinking Mrs. Mernig's coffee. She's out in town right now. Let's maybe go at least check on her.
I mean, she's a smart woman, right? She'll know to come back.
Desmond.
Shauna.
Well, drink your coffee, eat your bread, and I'm just gonna go put on some clothes. I gotta go see if my parents are okay and if they need help.
Well, all right.
And Desmond, you're coming with us. I'm not leaving you.
I would much rather you did, though. Maybe one of y'all could take the mask when you go, though. I'm not real certain how I got here. Not you, Penance. You got enough shit. How much? Not you. I appreciate the offer, but of all the ones here, you should not be the one that's going to pick up a potentially less than friendly mask.
What well, the offer to carry the mask still stands, but I was gonna say I'm sure that Mrs. Mernig has a parasol, so you could stay dry. Just open it up, and then you don't have to worry about the water.
Yo,
Problem solved.
Nope. Desmond, importantly, your hat, isn't it done now?
Yeah, it should be. The waterproofing should be done now. I'm sure I did it right. I think Mr. Murdoch put in one of these cabinets for him. And Desmond will go and find his hat. Not the straw hat he's been wearing, but his proper good leather hat. And pull it out. And check it.
It looks pristine. You can see the almost like a visible clear coat of this hat. And maybe as you pull it out, there's like a little drip of water that comes in from one of the floorboards above, and just drips on it. And you just watch it just bead right off of it.
Good. Got my hat back. Nothing was right without you. You know, I fucking died. I took you off one day and I died. Bad luck. Puts on his hat. His good proper hat. Slots the card back in where it should be. Alright. I do feel better having my hat on. Lie about it.
You look ready to take on the world.
I would be if the world wasn't...
At least water.
No, see, right there is the hiccup. If I go outside, the water can get me. And here, I'm mostly safe.
Well, okay, so the nightmares that we had, it was a tidal wave. It's gonna come in here anyway. So...
Oh, don't say that. Why would you say something like that?
Why would we go get on a boat and then we don't have to worry about it? We'll be on the water.
That sounds like a worse idea.
How is that worse?
I'm sorry. You want to go get in a matchbox and go towards a big ass wave that's going to wipe out an island?
You want to stay inside a matchbox while this water is going to fill it up and you're going to be stuck in it?
Desmond,
wouldn't you rather be on top of water, floating, instead of underwater inside a house?
Also, Desmond, you're never really getting off the island if you never get on a boat.
No. Yeah. I died to water yesterday. Yes, can I get one day of recuperation before y'all try to push me back into the hellscape that is an island surrounded by nothing but endless, murderous water, full of things and nothing that want to kill you. Everything, nothing there is kindly to you. They all want you dead. Apparently, there's a whole
Well,
city down there that explodes. Wait,
That's
then
yeah.
which
That's
then
a little
wouldn't it be
disconcerting.
better for you to stay on a boat? Again, you'll be on top of the water. You might not get crushed by it.
yeah, okay. See, you said might, so they're
You will not
saying
get crushed by
there's a
it.
chance. Nah, you can't be. Nah, Sparky, come on now.
Well, you have a couple of minutes till I go put on some clothes.
Oh gosh, we all gonna die.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can find Desmond a parasol. A nice, frilly, lacy parasol.
No frilly, lacy ones, but there's a polka dotted umbrella.
I'm definitely gonna grab it and say, Here, Desmond. This'll keep you dry. You don't have to worry about the water anymore."
Well, thank you, Pence. I appreciate it. I still, y'all, boats are not good places. Just in general.
Well, it could be worse. It could be the Feywild.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm aware. There ain't nothing worse than the Feywild right now. I'm sorry, that place is not fun. People only ever tell these stories about the fun parts of the Feywild. They lied. There ain't no fun parts of that place.
Do you think they have oceans in the Feywild?
Oh God, please don't do that. Don't
Is
say
there like
that.
an underwater in the
Shauna,
Feywild?
what did I do to you?
Shauna will
What?
look at him and goes, "To be fair, you do keep insulting, my home and the place I like to live in."
Oh, I'm sorry that your home is a hellscape meant to kill everybody who's there, and you survival in spite of that. It's great for you, for your folk. That's an encouraging story. The ocean is a horrible place that wants to kill everybody in it. It's a murder soup, and we all need to be aware of that.
Sparky's gonna just like push on Desmond. Oh, you're so funny. And she's gonna head to her room to get ready for the day.
She walked. I've been joking this whole time. Y'all seem real surprised when I'm just saying things that are true when you think I'm kidding around. I'm really not.
If all else fails and you really don't want to go outside, um, Saxibus isn't a fan of the rain either. I can leave her here with you, and you can take care of her.
Desmond just looks at you like like I know you're trying to be kind, but at the same time, you're just like, here, I just fed this toddler nothing but cake for the last 6 hours. Can you watch it while I run to the store real quick? Like, ah, I appreciate the offer. I do, but I'm pretty sure Zaxabis also wants to just kill me and rip me to shreds. So, no.
Shauna's gonna say very sarcastically, "Oh no, the surface wants to kill you. It's one big airy soup of death."
You know what? The more I learn about the outside, the more right you sound, Shauna. All right. Apparently, when Penance here went out to the woods as a child, the woods tried to kill him so often that his imaginary friends had to warn him about danger coming.
I don't think you can just live with the mermaids for the rest of your life, Desmond.
No, you're not wrong. I'm sure Mr. Murnick would try to put me back on a boat. Uh, how the hell am I going to get off the damn dock?
Isn't the answer obvious?
You are right. I need to learn how to teleport.
A boat.
Why would I
Seems the
teleport a
obvious.
boat?
That seems the obvious answer to getting off the island. Getting on a boat.
Oh. Maybe.
I mean, a fish can swallow us, and then we could get out of the island too. If you don't want to get on a boat, like how we got here.
You're right. Okay. So in order to get here, I was swallowed by a horrible, and they put me into this house. I died. Oh my god, I've died twice now. I died. I went to hell, and then I died in hell.
I forgot
What?
that Sparky's not there, but hey.
Oh.
She's hollering down from upstairs.
She's just yelling.
Yeah. This
Oh.
campaign's gonna end with Desmond being a full recluse.
Yeah, this campaign is either going to end with Desmond A being a full recluse or B trying to evaporate the
Indiana?
oceans. I didn't plan on him being afraid of water, but hey, things happen.
Hey man, turns out when you die in water, you gain a fear.
Yeah, I mean that trauma feels pretty on point. Especially like the water itself reached out, grabbed me, and killed me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no. This conversation is going to go in circles as Desmond does his damnedest to stay in the building. So, whenever you guys feel like leaving and or either physically dragging Desmond from the building or threatening to leave him here, well, with Zaxibus, there's a good chance he's going to follow you behind because this is a game and I want to be a part of it.
Well, the morning kind of creeps on. You guys all drink your coffee, eat your breakfast, and the rain outside has picked up. It's now coming down in pretty heavy sheets.
Are y'all sure we need to go out in this? I'm sure your folks will be back soon. What business does anyone have to going out in a storm?
Shauna, we're gonna, or not Shauna. Shauna's gonna say we're gonna waste a lot of time. Sparky, do you just want to drag him? We could drag him.
I just can't carry him, I guess.
I'll
Desmond's still
stand
exhausted.
over him with the parasol, and if you carry him, I can keep him dry.
I mean, I'm not. It's not the rain I'm afraid of. Y'all realize that, right? It's not. There's spaces between the rain. I'll be fine.
I think it's everything you're afraid of at this point.
Well,
Desmond.
everything has tried to kill me. So, oh god, y'all don't think the rain's gonna try and kill me?
Oh,
This house could be haunted, Desmond. You could be killed by the house. We don't know.
No.
Quick,
This house
It's
ain't
best to
haunted.
just keep you with us and
well,
keep you safe.
let's
This-
see. Why don't
this
we go
murder
down
took
to
too
the
much blood in
docks
me.
and see if my dad needs any help?
Why would you?
If
go
he
to-
doesn't, we come back.
it's been a
Fuck.
couple of hours. Shouldn't he have been back by now?
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned. And my mom should be back too, so they both might need help. So I would rather go see my dad first to see if he really needs help because he's right by the water. So
Oh, that's was oh. Damn it.
you're coming, Desmond. Let's go. I know you wanna go help.
I really don't. I'll be honest with you. I really don't want to.
I will drag you, child.
Do you really want to leave her parents out there in the storm if something bad happened?
What am I going to do against a storm, Bennett? I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but I play college. I
We
can't
can
exactly.
use a hand. I know you're really good at making fire
No, I'm not.
and
I'm terrible
carrying
at making
trolls into fire. Dying. I mean, that's a great.
Yeah, no, you're right. I got a lot of practice with that last one.
Great.
It's not like
at it.
I'm barely getting over that.
Well, are you coming or not? I'm serious this time. I will tie you up, put you on my shoulders, and just carry you.
Let's not do that.
That sounds like a good time. Let's go.
Okay, all right. I'm. Don't pick me up. I'm coming. And Desmond's gonna hobble out of the house, actually leaning on the gentleman's cage, on the gentleman's cane that he has.
You open the door to just a curtain of water falling down. As you step outside, the raindrops are actually not raindrops, they're tiny little assassins that stab you to death.
I knew it. Rain was on the walls, people. You heard it here, folk. First.
You guys,
Hey,
you
you
guys,
got a polka dot.
you
Whatever
guys
thing.
see Desmond wince and like, ah, ah. But
For
he
real, though,
realizes that it's just rain.
he does kind of like at the awning to the porch, stop and like brace himself before trying to walk out inside. One, why are we going in a storm? Because two other people decided to go out in a storm. They're adults. They would have been fine.
Don't forget your pink parasol.
Ow.
Polka dot.
Alright,
Polka dot.
And without really thinking about it, Desmond's gonna grab the mask from the mage hand and have the mage hand umbrella, so that holds the umbrella for him as he's going along. That means
As you
he's holding
physically touch the mask, it crumbles into ash.
it. Oh, mother! That can't be good.
Shauna will go. Your mask broke.
Yeah, wasn't really mine. I don't think it was in a dream I had. Trying.
Well, that's one less thing you have to worry about.
Shauna will go. And it's not super comforting that we all had spooky dreams.
Yeah, apparently the penance saw that mask in his dream while I was drowning them. In my dream, the mask tried to eat me, but didn't quite.
I just want to stress, again, as an elf, I biologically don't dream. So, just, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, before you guys step out into the water, into the rain and stuff, is there like details of your dreams that you guys wish to share with each other? Or you just like, hey, we had bad dreams and we're just gonna fucking go with it?
Sparky's not gonna share about the shock that she saw because
Okay.
everybody's already scared of it. We already got attacked by a shark, so shark is like, she really doesn't think about it a lot because she's like, we got attacked by a shark, so maybe I just had a nightmare about it.
Okay. I like it.
Sweet. My dream was I saw Desmond drown, and when I went to try and save him, he got taken away by a pair of hands and eaten by a giant mask. There was also fire that we were trying to escape, and I couldn't save. I couldn't save him even in my dream. So.
Wow.
Shauna's gonna go, I'm sorry about that, and she's gonna kind of pat Penance on the shoulder, as she's much more gentle with Penance than she is with Desmond.
Which is fair.
At the physical touch, he will visibly flinch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
About as good as can be expected in under the circumstances.
Well, if you ever need to talk, I'm sure you can speak to, any of us.
I would say you could speak to all the other guys, not me. you can talk to any of us.
So little, you're so full of rage, and I'm not sure why.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
What?
I mean, she's kind of like our tiny murder machine, though, isn't she?
Yeah, but I'm not full of rage. I'm happy. I'm making jokes.
I'm happy. So before I'm forced down this rank, can we talk about anything else? You said your city exploded? Is that something they normally do? Oh.
Well, I was also, I think, a zombie, so that was a little disconcerting.
You had a dream you were a corpse and your city exploded and a tidal wave hit this city.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't good. I don't know what it means, but it can be good. Right?
I'm pretty sure we should, let me put this as succinctly as I can. Let's get the fuck out of here.
And go where? You want to get out of here and go into the ocean? Is this what you? I would love to get to the mainland. Please.
Look,
Tell me
I've developed one talent in my entire life so far, which is running away from things.
Wow.
That's a good talent. That's a great talent, actually.
That is a great talent. But you know what? I am with you. I want to get out of here too, because I just don't want to hang out with my parents anymore. So I'm with you. But I have to go see my uncle because she's concerned about her dream a little bit. So she's like, we should also go see my uncle before we leave. We have to. I mean, I have to. You guys don't have to, but I do.
I will also posit this for you, Sparky. The tidal wave in your dream was big enough to engulf all of Elderwynn.
What the fuck?
Not just your island.
Name for me or not?
I don't know what to do with that information. I am yeah, I am happy.
Repress everything that's bad.
Yeah.
Man, Desmond just wants a dry place to be and exist, and he's in a water level at all times from this point going forward. This poor man.
She's not gonna tell them that. She's not gonna tell because Desmond is already freaking scared. She's gonna keep it under wraps. She's like, well, tidal waves, they can be big and can be small. You never know.
I think the word tidal dictates that it is in fact very large.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know a lot about waves, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Living in the area, would Sparky have seen any tidal waves before, or?
I mean, you've seen huge swells. There's been rather stormy seasons that bring pretty huge waves, but nothing of the tsunami sort. And in your dream, usually when a tidal wave happens, the water recedes back very far. There's that flash from that orb, and it just created this gigantic tidal wave. There was no recession back from the water. It just rose up and just towered over everything, and just a wall of water crashed into you. And like I said, it's just by looking at it, it looks like the entire ocean was just coming towards the center of Elderwynn.
Actually, speaking of that, the storm. Does this storm seem natural, like it was just something that could have happened today, or does it seem off?
I mean, from just looking at it, it seems rather normal.
Well, let's. I think we should hurry up. Doesn't
I
look like the
agree.
storm's going anywhere. Yeah.
There is something I wanted to try real quick if we have a second.
By all means, take your
Sure.
time, please. No rush.
Can we do it while we walk or?
Yeah, actually, we probably could. Shauna's gonna just step out into the rain and just go and open her mouth.
Oh yeah. Okay. You walk out, open your mouth, rainwater, regular old rainwater. I'm kidding. It's acidic. You burn and die.
Yeah, 68 poison damage.
Yeah. You melt away instantly.
I'd say I've been right this whole time. No.
No, it's just regular rain, regular storm.
I mean, it's a person who's never probably seen rain. This is neat.
It's just rain, Shauna. It ain't. I mean, it's going places, but still just water.
Animal will go. Well, I mean, new experience is a new experience, though.
Yeah, fair enough. Enjoy it while you can. I'm fairly certain it won't. If all your hair starts to stand on end, though, you might want to say a prayer or something and stand elsewhere.
Oh, well, why would that be?
Oh, it means lightning's gonna come down and touch you, and it's gonna hurt a whole lot until it don't no more.
Oh,
Well. Shauna, you done with your test?
Shauna's just looking up in the air now.
She's just standing in the rain.
Getting ready for a lightning to come and attack her.
There's a fucking flash of lightning across that travels across the clouds for a bit, but then just disappears, doesn't touch you at all.
Shauna readies her scimitar.
No, put that. Is that made of metal? Can you work metal underwater?
It's
slowly.
I imagine it's like some kind of like ivory or coral, right?
Yeah.
So she goes,
Sure
it's
shit.
coral.
All right, you're probably fine then.
It's a dingle bopper.
All right, if y'all are gonna drag me on the rain, let's go. It would rain.
There's a momentary reprieve as the rain begins to lighten up a little bit. As you finally step out into the door, you see a small older woman working her way up the path, carrying a large bag of groceries. Oh, good morning. It's about time you all woke up.
Sparky's gonna run up to her and pick up the bag. Like, Mama, it's storming. Why would you have to go to the market? There's all those groceries at home.
Well, it's been a while since we've had all these guests in our house, but I've been cooking up a storm. I've run through our groceries. We needed more.
Do you know where Papa went?
Well, he said he was headed down to the dock to secure the boat, and then he was gonna stop at the bar.
So by the bar?
Yeah.
Early in the morning?
Well,
That's
why
fisherman's
not?
drinking hours.
It's raining. That's right. Pennant snows.
I'm sorry. That part doesn't sound bad. I didn't know your town had a bar.
Okay,
You just said
Desmond,
there was
this
a
is not
bar.
like.
Jeez.
It's more of a fisherman's hangout. I'm sure he'd love to see you all. I'm sure he could use some help around somewhere if you want to meet up with him.
Are you okay carrying this home by yourself? Do you need help getting it home, or?
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, get home safe.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye. What are you doing? Was I muted?
No, you
Then?
weren't.
Oh.
Like a little awkwardly, like a beat too late. Shauna will realize, oh yeah, bye, Mrs. Mernig.
Goodbye.
Well, knowing my dad, he's probably at the bar.
Well, I would hope so. She just said he was, so it'd be a little strange.
Well, I would like to check the docks and then head to the bar if that's okay with you guys. I don't go to the bar and then head back to the docks.
I mean, even if I say it's not, you ain't gonna this. I mean, let's just go and get that pod done with. Y'all can go check the docks themselves. I'll say not on the docks. I'm gonna stay on Earth, around if I can.
You guys make it down to the docks, and everything has been secured. It seems like everybody had gotten up early before the storm to do their necessary preparations. The ships bob up and down on the current as the waves roll in. At this point now, it's just more wind and just little light wisp of rain that kind of hits you every now and then. It's not so much of a full storm, but you can see brewing out in the ocean are very, very dense, dark gray rain clouds, and you can hear the distant rumble of thunder coming across the ocean towards the island. And as you guys get down there, you see some of the smaller like rowboats are having a little bit of a harder time, but most of them have been drugged up onto the sand and stuff. But there are a few that are just tied to the dock that are bumping loudly against the wood pylons, and the water itself is usually it's like a pretty clear, pristine blue, but right now it's like a murky, like aquamarine greenish type color as everything is being stirred up by the storm. And as you get closer to the water, Shauna, there's a ping, almost like a sharp pain in your chest, and like your vision flashes, and all you see is just like this glowing blue like sphere for just a split second, and then you see just like bubbling red like you did in your dream, and then you're right back onto the beach. But you guys see Shauna visibly clutch her chest and like kind of double over.
I think, despite his earlier hesitations, which is why you haven't seen Saxibus, seeing Shauna flinch like that, he'll summon Saxibus back.
There is
keep
a
her away.
very As you summon Saxibus, she no longer just appears like she did when you came back and that chain's around. You watch as like a slit in your wrist opens where the chain is, and like she grabs hold of the metal and she pulls herself out of you, and it sears the ever living shit out of you. You're almost screaming in pain as she is now summoned. And as she comes out, you see that an extra link of chain comes out with her, still attached to your arm, almost like half of a piece of chain is in your flesh, like an anchor point. And she's just like adding another as she comes out, and she just kind of like lingers on that and digs her claws into that pained area for a moment before she flaps her wings and lands on your shoulder.
Sparky's gonna go to Shauna. I was like, "Are you okay?"
I saw a flash of blue and then blood in the water.
Well, a flash of blue like you saw the ocean, and then you realize. Is what you're saying?
I don't know, like just an orb.
Suddenly there is a streak of lightning. It strikes down, and Sparky, you watch as it comes through the air, strikes down right at where your uncle's like little satellite island is.
Shauna's. I think Sparky's pointed towards her uncle's island once, right? So we like started to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, Sean is just full superstition mode. She goes, Spark, I think we need to go see your uncle.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna turn to everybody and be like, you guys, we gotta go see my uncle. I have reasons. I don't want to be explaining it right now. I know it's rough out there, but it will be fine. I've done this many times. I'm sorry, Desmond. We gotta go. I mean, if you want to stay behind, I understand, but I would rather you go with us.
Oh, Sparky, if this kills me again, I'm just gonna haunt you for the rest of your days, just so you know.
I won't blame you.
Do we want to take your father's ship or just take a rowboat?
That
I
ship's way
don't
too
think.
big for just the four of you to
Yeah,
pilot.
we could probably find a boat that's big enough just for the four of us on the docks if everything is tied up in there. Um,
We're just
I'm
gonna
not gonna go ask for
grab it?
permission for it now. Yeah, they know me. I can. It'll be fine.
Shauna will just kind of give Sparky a nod. She goes, I know a little bit about crewing a vessel like that.
I got you. I know how to do this. She's pretty confident on her sailing abilities in a freaking storm, I guess.
Yeah.
So is there any like 4-person like dinghies around?
Yeah, there absolutely is. There's one tied to the dock, still out in the water. You can see it just banging against the wood of the dock itself. The sails have been folded down and secured. Sparky, you would know that in a storm you do not want to have your sails out because you could risk ripping them or just capsizing your entire boat. So you know that most of your travel is going to be covered by rowing, but there are oars and stuff. And for there's four, so everybody could grab one, or two people could grab two. But there is a bit of a dinghy here that could fit you guys comfortably.
I'm gonna yell at just. There's 4 rows, but what are they called? Paddles?
Yeah, oars.
Oars.
Oars. But let's grab a couple of more extra just in case we lose one or two. It has happened before, so we're gonna grab a couple more oars and
Shauna will add, I can also tow it if we need to.
well, now that we have air bubble, I could push it to if it comes to that. I think we should be fine. I've taken this trip many times over, so
Oh, all right, you keep saying things that make this sound worse and worse. For the record, I'm gonna say this now. I think this is a terrible idea, and we are going very much more pain after this. And for the record, yo, I'm 100% physically, considering I was powdered yesterday. Just so we know, I'm willing to help, but I ain't gonna be.
well, can you help rowing the boat?
No.
Well, then you can keep an eye on if there's anything coming at us in the water.
Sure. I'll do that from the very center of this boat.
Sounds good, buddy.
Okay, so you all pile into this boat, untie it from the hooks, and shove off into the ocean, heading towards Sparky's uncle's little satellite cove island. Each wave that hits you raises your boat up into the air, slamming you down roughly onto the water. It splashes all over you, salt water stinging into your eyes as it splashes into your face. The rain has begun to pick up a little bit, but the wind is the most troubling thing right now. It seems to just be pushing a heavy current. You can see in the distance that heavy storm coming towards you. Desmond, you are rightfully in your mind thinking this is awful, an awful idea. Nobody else is out in the water right now, but you guys are out in this singular little dinghy as you guys row towards the island. Flashes of lightning just kind of echo with thunderclaps out in the distance as you guys continue to row and row. And we are going to end tonight with the vision of you guys rowing away from Eclipse Isle, away from Luna Village, towards this small little satellite cove where Sparky's uncle is known to live. And we just see this small boat with the four of you sitting on it, drenched from the rain, just silhouetted against this gigantic storm that awaits out in the ocean. And a dark shape following along in the water. And that's where we will end tonight's session. Sorry for the short one tonight, guys. We had a bit of a late start, and everybody has a nice those awesome job things that we all have to do in the morning. But we will pick this back up not next Monday, but the Monday after. Next Monday we'll be back in Primrose, so we'll be all sunshine and rainbows over there. And then
Unicorns.
the following Monday we'll be back in Elderwynn, and we will see what is going on with Sparky's uncle. But thank you guys, my players. Thank you, my audience. I'm Vader the Mage, your DM. This has been Elderwynn. This is Disorderly Decisions. Good night.
Thanks for watching.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Goodbye.